Jai Hind to all. Today I am here to discuss about the basic introduction about the software project management. So, software project management, in this lecture we will cover syllabus of that first unit and introduction and importance of the SPM. So, let us see the syllabus of the first unit. So, here basically about the project evaluation and project planning. Okay. So, this is the importance of the software project, this one, and then the management practices, activities, methodologies, categorization of software, okay, management principles, project portfolio management, cost benefit evaluation, risk evaluation, strategic program, stepwise project planning. So, these are the topics of the first unit that we will discuss. So, let us see the first, what is the software project management. Okay. So, as we know that what is the software first of all. So, software is set of a collection of software or programs, collection of programs along with documentation. Okay. Because when we say the program means only the coding part. Okay. But when we talk about the software, that means all the coding, implementation methods, as well as manuals that are required to install that particular program on the machine, and along with all the documentation part like SRS, software requirement specification, design document. So, that is the software. So, let us see what is the software project management. So, actually software project management is an art and discipline of planning and supervising software project. Okay. As there is the name, means this is the term management. So, management means we have to plan, plan the activities, different actions that need to perform in order to means manage the software. Okay. So, it is a sub-discipline of software project management in which software project planned, implemented, monitored and controlled. So, when we talk about the management, that means we have to plan about all the activities, like we have to do a feasibility study. Okay. At the very start, we have to see that whether this type of project is feasible for us. And when we see when we talk about the feasibility study, then certainly we have to consider three parameters. First one is the economical feasible or not, and that is very important. That means that software is on our budget or not, that is the economical feasibility. Likewise, technical feasibility we have to do. That means we have to analyze whether all the technical resources that are required for the development of that kind of project that is available or not. So, we have to check that. And the third parameter is the operational feasibility. Okay. So, here that means when at very start, when we check the feasibility, then we have to consider three parameters. First is the technical feasible or not, other is economical feasible or not, and third one is operational feasible or not. So, that means we have to check technical, economical and operational. That means at the very start we have to check whether the given project is feasible for us, can we proceed on that project or not. So, that type of planning we have to do at very start. Okay. And the third one is the operational feasibility. Operational means all the related infrastructure and all the human skills that is available or not. That means we can operate that particular project are all the activities or the development practices in our organization. So, we have to check. So, that means software project planning, project management is an art and discipline of planning, supervising software project. It is a sub-discipline of the software project management in which software or project are planned. That means, first of all, we have to plan and then we have to implement it. That means, if we ensure that we can proceed on that project by checking all type of feasibility, then we can start the coding part. That means, we can start the designing and requirement analysis first of all, then design and then coding. So, we can implement that. And after implementation, or you can say that during implementation, we have to continuously monitor. Why we need to monitor? Because project is not for one day work, one day task. Okay, that may take 6 months, that may take 1 year, 2 years. Large project can take 3 to 5 years, 10 years also. Okay, so that means you have to continuously monitor whether that is on track or not. That means whether everything is going on as expected or some deviation is there or some lack is there. So, you have to monitor, because once you can monitor at the start, then only you can resolve the solution, resolve the problems. That means, if there is suppose a situation that in some implementation of some module, there is a lack of some technology. So, when you monitor meanwhile the development, so you can purchase the new technologies, even then you can hire the new skills, new personal skills. So, that is only possible when you are monitoring the project during the implementation. Then controlled. Once you monitor, then you come to know what is the problem, why that project is not on track. Then only you can decide the remedies, means solutions. So, by applying that particular solution, you can control the situation and you can bring that project on track. So, basically it is a procedure of managing, allocating and timing resources to develop computer software that fulfill requirements. Okay. So, that means an individual or collaborative enterprise that is carefully planned to achieve a particular aim. So, by this way, you can also define the project like this is the individual or collaborative enterprise, means this is an effort that may be performed by an individual person. Okay, some sort of some small project can be completed by one person or two person also, but some long project require a large team. Okay, so for what purpose? To achieve a particular goal, to achieve a particular task. Okay, so project is a very general term. Okay, that is used everywhere. That may be hardware project, that may be any kind of that means you are going to build some buildings, okay, or some bridge, then that is also a project for the civil engineer. Okay, because you have to fix the the duration in which you have to complete, you have to gather the requirements that need to perform that particular task. So, project is a very general term. Okay, that may be completed by individuals or some 2 or 3 members, and it may be possible for a large project, a whole enterprise is also involved in that project. So, let us see the formal definition. A project is defined as temporary endeavor with a beginning and an end. It must be used to create unique product or service or result. Further, it is progressively elaborated what what this definition of project means. That means that project are those activities that cannot go indefinitely and must have a defined purpose. That means when we talk about the project, then certainly there should be a fixed time slot, a fixed time period that you have, in which you have to achieve that goal. You require a well defined goal also. Why you are going on that particular task, what you want to achieve, that is well defined, and the time period is also well defined. You cannot go means beyond that time. If you want that your project success in the market, then you have to complete, you have to respect the deadlines. Okay. So again, some other definition, like if we conclude this, a project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service or result. The temporary nature of the project means that it has definite beginning and ending. Okay. Effort that have no defined end date or definition of done are not project, they are ongoing operations. That means if you are attempting some activities or some tasks that have no deadline, no end point, no beginning, so that are just operations that are going on. Okay. That cannot be defined as that cannot be say as a project. Let us see the project characteristics. That is very important. So a project is not normal day-to-day activities undertaken by organization. Rather, it is specific, non-routine activities of varying time frame and impact viability of the business in the long run. A typical project has following characteristics. That means this is a specific task, not a general task. Okay, and that is non-routine activities, and that have a fixed time frame. Let us see the characteristics. So timeline, that is very important characteristics. A project has a definite timeline with measurable starting and end point. There is measurable starting and end point, that is fixed starting and end point. Okay, that means the project is starting on, suppose from 29th of April 2022. So that is a fixed time, and that end on the same date of the next year 2023. So that is a measurable starting and end point. Resources, a project has limited resource of capital and manpower. That is, it is very important. That means when you are going to start any project, certainly I have already said that you have to do the feasibility study. Okay. In feasibility, when you see the technical factor, means technical resources is available or not. So that is very important, because once that is available, that is feasible for you, then you can continue on the project, you can start that project. Okay. So resource is very important. Resource means human power and other type of computing resources maybe, and capital also, cost, that is an important factor. Tools. So a special type of tools and techniques are used for project management. Okay. And then team, means project, generally when we say the project, then project is a task that is performed by a team and not a single person. In general case, that is a task, that is activities, set of activities that are performed by a team. So project management requires diverse team stretching across department and functions. Okay. So that team may be from the different departments. Okay. On single project, there may be a team that belong to the from different department, diverse team, that is known as diverse team. And then next, the nature of project. Okay. So project go through a series of stages that is known as life cycle. Okay. Just like you know that for everything, for every living things, there is a life cycle. Okay. That means from the birth of that particular living things to the end of that particular living thing. So that is a cycle. Okay. That is a phase, definite phase. Likewise, in this project management also, you have to divide your project into number of stages, number of phases. So in this case, there the generally there the five stages in the project. First one is initiating, okay, then planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Okay. So every project have to go through these phases. Initiating means you want to initiate you are now start thinking about a project. Then certainly you have to do some strategic planning or some particular feasibility studies like this. Then planning. When we say the planning, in planning you have to do number of tasks, like you have to gather the requirements. Okay. Why that a particular organization is going for that project, and what is the need, what is the aim, what is the benefit. So all these things should be very clear. So you have to consider all these things in the planning. Then executing. Executing means now you feel that project is feasible for you and you should go on that project. So that means you start implementation of that project. Then monitoring and control. During the implementation, you have to monitor the activities and the progress of that particular project, quality of that particular project, and you have to control. Then closing, that is the last step. That means your project is now complete in all respect. Now you can end that project. Project brings together people with diversity of knowledge and skills. That is very important. Okay, when you are working on a project, then it may be interdisciplinary project. Okay, in maximum cases, a good project involve different areas. Okay, different domains. That means you need the expert of different domains. That means you have a team. You should form a team that have the member from the different areas. So that is why this is written here, that project bring together people with diversity of knowledge and skills, most of whom remain associated with the project for less its full life. It may be possible that some team member or the association of some team member is less in comparison of others, and that depend on the from project to project, on loan and consulting firms. Organizational structure affects how projects are managed. So matrix organization, functional and project managers share workers and facilities. Then a project is a series of tasks that will culminate in the formation of completion of some new product. Okay, initiative or activity by a definite date. So these feature, let us see the feature of this particular project. So unique purpose. Okay, because you are going to build a new type of things, new type of project, new type of software. So certainly there is some aim, some particular purpose of that particular project. That is the unique purpose. Temporary in nature. The project is temporary in nature. Okay, that means that project is built for a particular task, for a particular purpose. Often implemented to fulfill a strategic goal, require various resources, okay, means technical resources, human resources, computational resources, budget, time, cost, all these number of resources are required. Require primary customer or sponsor. Okay, so every project have some targeted customer. Okay, so there should be some customers, because you are going to do some task, you are going to invest money, time, effort. Certainly there should be some targeted customer for whom you are going to do all these things. Sponsor, there should be some sponsor that help in the in implementation of that project. Example of projects: developing products to suit customer needs, and it may be that there is some need of customer and you are going to fulfill that with the help of some software. Like a person have a shop and that want to a software that help in managing that shops. So it is a particular need of the customer. Okay, so to fulfill that need, you are going to develop the software. Setting up a new plant, that may be a big goal, and extension or upgrade of the existing factory. Some existing software is there, existing working culture is there, and you need to enhance that. You want to improve the functionality. You want to perform the task by computer system, by online system. Then you need a software, a project. So these are the some example of the projects that are required. And then project management. Okay, the project management, because here we are talking about the software project management. Okay, so the project management is the general activities that are performed in every type of project management. So project management is a practice of initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing the work of a team to achieve a specific goal and meet a specific success criteria at the specific time, within a specified time. The primary challenge of a project management is to achieve all the project goal within the given constraints. So let us see the importance of the project management: strategic alignment, then leadership, clear focus and objective, realistic project planning, quality control, risk management, that is very important, orderly process, continuous oversight, subject matter expertise, and managing and learning from success and failure. So these are the very important factors that benefited to the project management. So class, in this lecture we will discuss about the basic introduction about the software SPM and their importance. Okay, thank you all.